the chosen one. Something is shifting. Can you feel it? There's a reason your heart has been restless. There's a reason your nights have felt longer and the silence deeper than usual. You are being summoned. This Friday is not like any other day. It's a line in the sand drawn by the hand of heaven, and only those who are marked will notice the difference. Before we dive into this divine revelation, stop for a moment and take 3 steps with me. 1. Like this video so more of God's chosen can be awakened. 2. Comment the number 7 if you've been sensing a spiritual buildup, because 7 is the number of divine completion. 3. Subscribe now to be part of the 144,000 chosen ones who are preparing for what's coming. And only the chosen will stay to the end of this message, because only they will understand why this Friday will break open what's been locked in heaven for months. This isn't just another week on the calendar. Friday is not coming to you empty. It's coming with divine instruction. It carries the sound of chains breaking, but also the thunder of decisions being finalized in the spiritual realm. You've been waiting, hoping, preparing, and now the hour is arriving when heaven will respond to your silence with a loud move. All week, you've been sensing pressure. Not all of it makes sense. You've tried to pray, but words escaped you. You've tried to understand what's shifting, but nothing looks clear. That's because heaven has been working in secrecy. But on Friday, something hidden will be exposed. A revelation will reach your spirit, not through words, but through a wave. You may cry, you may tremble, you may feel a holy stillness come over your body. That's the signal. Don't resist it. God says in Amos 3 verse 7, "Surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants the prophets." That means what's coming isn't random. It's been spoken in the realm of spirit. And you, the chosen one, are about to step into the answer to something you didn't even realize you were praying for. This Friday is what prophets have been whispering about. The heavens are converging over a moment, and that moment will break into your timeline. Some of you will dream vividly on Thursday night. Others will feel a strange urge to be still, to be quiet, to fast, or to disconnect from the noise. That's not paranoia. That's positioning. You are being aligned for the unveiling. You're not crazy for feeling like something huge is about to happen. You're sensitive. You're not overthinking it. You're perceiving it. The Spirit of God is pouring oil on His elect this week, and that oil is for a specific reason, to seal what is about to begin. He's not just preparing you. He's protecting you from what would have distracted you in the final hour. Every delay, every rejection, every strange detour from Monday to now, it's been His hand rearranging you so that when Friday comes, you're not on the wrong road. Because after Friday, things will not be the same. Someone is about to walk into the most important weekend of their life, and they don't even know it yet. The chosen one, your soul has been hearing the echo before the sound arrives. There's something sacred about how this moment is unfolding, quietly, almost invisibly. But your spirit already knows. It knows that Friday isn't just a day on the calendar. It's a gate. And gates don't open unless something or someone is about to pass through. You weren't called to this message by coincidence. You didn't land here because of a random algorithm. You were drawn by alignment. Your frequency is matching something heaven is preparing to release. And what's more powerful is that your inner world has been crying out for exactly what's coming. Even if your mind doesn't understand it, your spirit is alert. The signs have been everywhere, haven't they? You've been waking up at odd hours. You've felt a tightness in your chest that prayer barely relieves. Your appetite has shifted. People around you have gone strangely silent, distant, or even disappeared entirely. These aren't losses, they are removals. You are being stripped of distractions for a reason. Because what you are about to receive cannot be delivered in a noisy atmosphere. In John 10:27, Jesus says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." That means He doesn't shout. He speaks to those who are tuned in. And that's why you're feeling this message in your bones right now. He's been whispering to you through silence, longing, timing, and delay. All of it is His voice. This Friday, there is going to be a divine interruption. It won't look big from the outside. The sky won't crack. The earth won't shake. But your internal atmosphere will change. Something will lift off your chest that's been sitting there for months. Something will suddenly make sense. And that's your cue to move. When it comes, don't hesitate. For some of you, a decision will be made in the unseen realm on your behalf, something you were powerless to control. And once heaven stamps it, no man can reverse it. This is why you've been feeling the urgency to clean your space, to delete old conversations, to distance yourself from half-hearted people. It's your soul saying, make room. Something is on the way. This is your preparation window. Because when the wave hits on Friday, the ones who are cluttered, emotionally, spiritually, or relationally, will miss the window. But not you. You're clearing the space now. You're already receiving the pre-anointing. The inner wind has already begun to stir. You don't need the world to confirm it. You've already been confirmed in heaven. The chosen one, some of the greatest moves of God begin with a moment no one sees. That moment is almost here. While others are watching the news, checking the weather, or planning their weekend, you are being prepared for something higher, something weighty. You're not waiting for information. You're preparing for revelation. And that's what separates the chosen from the crowd. This Friday isn't marked by human calendars. It's etched into the spiritual timeline. Heaven has scheduled something for you, a shift, a revelation, a release, but most won't perceive it because it won't happen with fanfare. It will happen like a whisper that only obedient hearts can hear. Do you remember what Elijah said in 1 Kings 19:12? And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire, and after the fire, a still small voice. That's how it will happen, not in noise, in stillness. And the stillness is already here. You may have noticed how disconnected you felt this week. Things that used to excite you now feel hollow. People who used to be loud in your life are suddenly quiet. That's not loss. That's positioning. The Spirit of God is removing every extra voice so you don't miss the still small one. You've asked for a sign. But the truth is, you are the sign. Your sensitivity, your timing, your discomfort, your longing. These are not symptoms of spiritual fatigue. They are birth pangs. You are standing on the edge of something holy, and your body knows it before your mind does. Many of the promises over your life have been delayed, not denied, but delayed, and you've been faithful through the delay. You didn't curse God. You didn't walk away. You didn't abandon your assignment. That's why this Friday matters so much. It's not a reward. It's a release, a divine response to years of invisible obedience. Something will unlock this Friday, not because of your striving, but because of your surrender. You stopped chasing clarity and instead started trusting God in the dark. That's what he was waiting for, because only the surrendered can carry the sacred. You're about to see why it took so long, why it hurt so much, why he said not yet when you were ready, because he wasn't just preparing the promise, he was preparing you. And now, you are ready. The chosen one, when God moves, he doesn't check your schedule. He checks your surrender. This is why the timing of this Friday feels so disruptive. You didn't expect it. You weren't looking for it. But your soul has been aching for it. There's a divine collision coming between what heaven has written and what earth has delayed. And when it hits, the things that held you back will no longer be able to follow you. Not because you're forcing them to end, but because heaven is closing the door himself. You've been wrestling with this for months. Should I stay? Should I wait? Should I push harder? But the more you tried, the more things slipped out of your hands. That's not failure. That's divine restraint. God didn't let it work. He didn't let them choose you. He didn't allow you to settle. Because he knew what was scheduled for this very hour. Isaiah 22:22 says, "What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open." This Friday is a shut and open kind of day. Doors will seal behind you, and others will swing wide without warning. And you won't even need to knock. Some of you will notice this shift through conversations, people suddenly confessing things, revealing intentions, or backing away without reason. Others will feel it physically, a pressure lifting, a surge of energy, an unexplainable peace that doesn't match your circumstances. That's not emotion. That's spiritual confirmation. You are walking through a divine filter. And everything not built for your next level will quietly fall off. You've been trying to carry people, places, and patterns that were only meant for your wilderness season. But this Friday, the cloud is moving, and if you don't move with it, you'll feel stuck again. Not because you missed the promise, but because you stayed behind with what was familiar. This is your Exodus moment. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the dry place. When God says move, the desert becomes a path. When he says now, no Pharaoh, no past, no delay can stop you. So be ready, because what's coming doesn't need your permission, only your alignment, and you're closer than you think. The chosen one. What if I told you that the answer you've been waiting for isn't coming? It's already here. Not in the form you expected, not through the person you imagined, but quietly, like dew on the grass at dawn. Heaven has already released the next piece of your assignment, and this Friday will be the moment it becomes visible. That's why everything this week has felt strangely fragile. One moment you're hopeful, the next you're doubting. You're energized, then exhausted. That's not instability, it's sensitivity. Your spirit is adjusting to the weight of what's about to land. And just like a pregnant woman feels pressure before delivery, your soul is experiencing spiritual contractions. Romans 8:22 says, "We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time." Even creation feels it, and so do you, because you were never meant to miss this moment. You were chosen for it, and that's why the enemy has been unusually loud. He's not attacking your present, he's terrified of your Friday. He knows what's scheduled. He sees the angelic movement. He hears the stirring in the courts of heaven. That's why the distractions have increased. The warfare in your mind, the sudden waves of confusion, the old emotions trying to creep back in. It's all smoke and mirrors. But you're wiser now. You've been through too much to fall for the same trap twice. You've been silent long enough to recognize when your spirit is being provoked for no reason. And instead of reacting, you've been retreating, not in weakness, but in wisdom, because only those who guard their peace will recognize the sound of heaven's release. This Friday is not just a shift, it's a reversal. Everything that's been used to slow you down, tie you up, or cause delay will lose its grip. Why? Because God is releasing a word over your life that breaks the hold of time. What should have happened in January is catching up to you now. What was blocked in March is being re-released with force. What felt buried in May is rising with resurrection power. And you don't have to make it happen. You just have to stay in position. Because when this move comes, it won't need effort. It will flow. It won't need performance. It will be presence. And when it arrives, you'll know, this is what I was built for. The chosen one, when heaven moves, it doesn't announce itself to the world. It whispers to the prepared. And that whisper is getting louder in your soul. You've been waking up at the edge of something. You can't quite explain it, but you can't ignore it either. That's because this Friday isn't just approaching in time, it's approaching in spirit, and it's coming for you. There's something sacred about what's unfolding. Not everyone will notice it. Not everyone is supposed to. But those who carry the mark, those who have survived the pruning, the pressure, the long nights of silence, will feel the veil thin. And when it does, you'll know you've stepped into a zone where earth slows down and heaven speeds up. You've been living under delayed prophecy. Things God spoke long ago, things you believed and then tucked away because nothing happened. But he never forgot. He was waiting for the appointed time. Habakkuk 2:3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." This Friday is about that appointed time. Not for everyone, not even for most, but for the chosen. Some of you will hear something on Friday that no one else hears, an internal confirmation, a moment of stillness that arrests your thoughts. Others may receive a word from someone unexpected, a message that stirs your spirit. Don't ignore it. God uses both silence and sound when he moves. You've been emptied for a reason. He stripped away distractions. He removed false comfort. He silenced familiar voices. Not to punish you, but to prepare the altar. Because now he can fill you without competition. And when he fills you this time, it will not leak. When he touches you this time, you will not forget. When he marks you this time, others will see it, even if they can't explain it. You will glow in the spirit realm. You will carry authority without announcing it, and the atmosphere around you will shift, not because of what you say, but because of who you've become. All of this starts with a moment, and that moment is set for Friday. The chosen one, this Friday is not a destination, it's a beginning. You won't wake up and see fireworks. You won't hear trumpets or feel thunder shaking your walls. But in the spirit, something irreversible will start. Something heaven wrote before you were born. Something you've been unknowingly walking toward with every trial, every heartbreak, every delay. This isn't just a good season, it's the right one. And you know it. Even if you're scared, even if you feel unqualified, even if the people around you can't see it, you know it. Because the signs are too specific. The timing is too sharp. The silence has been too holy. You've stopped chasing answers. You've started cultivating awareness. That's why you're ready. Not because you know everything, but because you're finally surrendered. That's what qualifies you. That's what marks you. Not perfection, posture. You've been in a hidden place long enough. Now comes the unveiling. Not for the sake of attention, but for the sake of assignment. Luke 12:2 reminds us, "For there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, nor hidden that will not be known." And when God says it's time to reveal what He's placed inside you, no one can hide it again. This Friday, your name will be spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your calling will echo in places where your feet haven't yet stepped, because heaven is about to send word on your behalf, not man, not algorithm, not luck, heaven. And once that word is released, it cannot return void. Some of you will begin to receive clarity about something that's felt like confusion for months. Others will finally feel release from a soul tie, a toxic expectation, or a lifelong fear. It may not come loudly, but it will come. And when it does, you will know the shift has begun. So rest now, prepare in silence, clear your spirit, consecrate your space, because when Friday arrives, it won't knock twice. It will open, and whoever is ready will walk through.